Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Baldur's Gate 3, where we continue to investigate the Shadow-Cursed lands. We have wrapped up the Mason's Guild, so it's probably time to head back to the surface, and I believe our next plan was the House of Healing. So let's see if we can't make our way there. It's not far away. We stumbled across it almost by accident last time when we ran into Arabella. So it's in this general area that we're looking. Let's see.
That might be worth it.
What we found are skelly bones with True Love's Caress. One of a magical pair of rings that allows the wearer to receive warding bond from a creature wearing the matching ring. This is the wife's diary. So yeah, the bond of love was resilient, even with the parents becoming ill and then becoming carers for them. They were still able to press on. And now, can we pick the locks on these doors? I believe we're currently in the gardens of the House of Healing. They're quite substantial if I remember correctly. There's a fair amount going on. This sarcophagus has the boots of apparent death. Ooh. You can cast Feign Death once per short rest. I hope that's not what they were doing when they got buried. That would be most unfortunate if they'd feigned death and then they were shoved in a heavy sarcophagus. Now this one has a couple of things. Let's see. The Ice Bite Robe grants resistance to cold damage, and it looks cool. We don't really need robes, what with us all being clerics, but it does look very cool. Never seen those before. All the boots of Feign Death for that matter. There's a whole lot I've not explored in Acts 2 and 3. And in here we have Sister Lidwin. Okay. And a chest. Whole lot of random stuff by the look of it. But there's definitely a chest. And a note. Get to Baldur's Gate. Yeah, just sensible advice. Get to Baldur's Gate. Don't know how long that's been here. But there we go. There's a healer's ledger up there. Justiciars only, no exceptions. So I guess everyone else had to sit at the wayside while Shah's Chosen were able to get their healing. And oh, wait a minute. Chimera and Locke.
Don't call the doctor yet. I've got potions, sutures. I know I can do this. Oh, you're a patient. This is the children's ward. Triage is back that way.
That's Arabella's father. Or was Arabella's father.
Why are you treating a dead body?
Not dead. Merely medicated. To ease the pain.
Very medicated. Been dead for a while, apparently. Let's see. Well, it's a cleric option. Yeah, I sense the patient's soul. He is merely resting while the body heals. That might keep her happy. Not every day you see a cleric deception option.
Yes. Yes. I knew these hands would not fail me. The patient is sure to recover.
Right, now that's sorted. Can I purchase some supplies?
Not much left now, but you're welcome to look.
Okay, so perhaps she would have attacked us or something like that if we hadn't agreed with her that the patient still lives. Toxins? Not really medicines then, just toxins and rotten food. Yeah, a few potions of healing, I suppose. That's nice.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to tend to my patient.
Looks as though Chimera won't have anything particular to say, but Locke will.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
How did you die, Locke?
Surgeon. Sisters.
A surgeon. And the sisters. Why were you in this place?
Zevlor. Betrayed. Ran. Shelter.
Zevlor ran? Where is Zevlor now?
The corpse remains silent. It does not know.
Understandable, I suppose. I guess we don't really need to ask anything else, but yeah, where were you from before you ended up in the Druid Grove? Elturel, maybe?
Elturel.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, Locke. See you later. I guess you've got nothing of interest in your pockets. Oh, I've got Chimera's locket. I feel like we've already had Chimera's locket once. Didn't we get that for saving Arabella in Act 1? Maybe we didn't speak to Chimera after that. I'm not sure. Either way, we should probably go and tell Arabella what's happened. We should probably do it sooner rather than later, you know. There's no waypoints around here, is there? Aha. Malus Thorm and various sisters. So Malus would be the surgeon. Very well.
All these dark justiciars slain in battle. They must have a stronghold nearby or a temple.
Interesting. Now, Lae'zel, you don't appear to have any potions about your person. Maybe we should give you some. Where are all of our little potions anyway? It looks as though we're not holding any either. We've got so much crap in our inventory that it's hard to say. Why does Shads have 16 potions? A couple of them sort Lae'zel out, good and proper. Now let's go back to camp first. Arabella deserves to know. She's chatting with old Withers. Do you have anything to say, Withers, about Arabella being here?
Thou hast now a bosom companion.
Oh.
Take care that thou art not distracted on thy quest, seeking the comforts of the flesh.
We'll do our best with that. Lae'zel would never allow herself to be distracted from her mission anyway.
Recall that in time, all becomes dust and bone.
That it does.
Can I touch your face?
No.
You're no fun.
No.
I love these two. Arabella.
Hey, you. I made it. Easy peasy. You find Mum and Pops?
Yeah, they're with the gods now, Arabella. I'm sorry.
No. No. I don't believe you.
I'm so sorry.
It isn't true. It isn't. Get away from me. Go.
Well, she isn't happy about that. Understandable, to be honest. We'll leave her be. Give her some time. Now, what else have we got going on? Probably have to go and chat to that surgeon at some point. We've got more of these little catacombs, but nothing we can really get into. Is catacombs the right word, or is it just tombs? Might just be tombs, you know. We got some roots. Never met a root, but I didn't want to climb to get to wherever it's going. If there's an option to come in via the roof, I'll take it. It seems like there is, you know. We find ourselves in, what, a library of some sort? It's got chests. We know that much. What have we here? Gold, a ring, and a scroll. A pig's head. I think we are running up against inventory max again, though. We probably don't need more camp supplies at this point. We can always find ample in Baldur's Gate when we get there. A display skeleton. as opposed to the regular ones that we keep seeing all over the place. The portrait of a woman. Might be worth a few bob. Hospital library key. Would that have allowed us to open up those chests? Maybe. And a silver knife, is that worth anything? Is that just like a butter knife or something like that? Yeah, it's not spectacular. We'll flog it. We've got another door at ground level. Bob into that if we can. Might be locked. We might lack the key. Yeah.
Surely there's a spell for this sort of thing.
There is a spell, Gale, to get into locked doors, but it uses up spell slots, and we're not made of spell slots. You know, what have we here? A key. Surgery and Physiology, a Sharon's Primer. When the Master's wisdom is exhausted and his pupils fully versed, he will become the subject, laid bare for his students to consult, examine and dissect. The sisters shall one day know me, first in whole, last in part. Only then will they be masters. Interesting. And the Poisoner's Gloves. Whenever you deal poison damage, the target can become poisoned. Okay. There's the surgeon.
The objective of the Scalpel Sisters is to soothe. For the scalpel indeed is an extension of Shah. See how the patient reacts when I but stroke the right nerve. Hear its comfort, hear the very melody of mercy. Pray, sister, show us the extent of your beneficence. Stop. Stay your hand, for it slaps where it should stroke. We can hardly hear the patient's sighs of solace. Perhaps it is our unexpected audience that makes you quiver. Come, step forward. You are no sister, but that matters none. Every student is welcome.
Right, this is wrong. This is a mess. Everything that's going on here is awful. I feel like you should stop the sick spectacle at once.
Sick? Quite, but on the cusp of a cure.
Absence.
Absence. No other word captures the heart of Shah so very perfectly. It is the scalpel-led journey that leads from pain to peace.
Only a beast of a man toys with his victim. Entertaining, if not efficient.
See? What is the light of eyes but the cancer that causes one to witness the laceration of being? If light is the symptom, then darkness is the cure. For in light there is presence, but in darkness there is absence.
In light is presence, in darkness, absence.
You are well on your way, but one white orb disfigures you still. Let us finish the cure.
I think I'll keep my other eye, if that's all well and good with you. Now, what do we know of Shah's teachings?
You remember a Sharon maxim. Go forth and sow doubt, but do not compel it, for only the willing may know the lady's embrace.
Yes, your subject is tainted. Shah's succor must only be granted to the willing.
Only the willing may know the lady's embrace. You know her teaching well. And yet these sisters must exercise their gifts For the art of absence lies in its execution. How to proceed? I wonder.
Yeah, only with sacrifice is mastery gained. For the sisters to learn, you must submit. We read that. Sounds like something we could potentially persuade him.
Yes. Submit I must into the lady's dark-fingered embrace. I see now. By example, I must edify and quell the light that blinds us.
Well, I feel like that guy wasn't long for this world anyway.
Sisters, soothe me.
Yeah, I think Gale's reaction speaks for us all there.
What a treatment I'd be eager to sign up for.
Well, that saved us a punch-up.
The corpse is saturated with darkness, flesh and bone corrupted by a dense concentration of shadow weave. Sharan magic, summoned from beyond the weave's boundaries, beyond Mystra's control. Left alone, its corruption will leak and spread. You could nullify it, preventing such harm as Mystra would want. Or you could absorb it, tasting Shah's forbidden magic for yourself.
We will cleanse this corpse. If it's what Mystra would want, it's what we're doing.
A blast of purest weave is enough to banish the shadow magic trapped beneath the corpse's skin. As its blight fades, you feel a lightness rush in to take its place. Mystra, a taste of what you lost, and of what awaits you for fulfilling her purpose.
Excellent. And now we've got a key. A battered lute with the initials AC carved into the body. Art colour. And then what have we got here? The Surgeon's Subjugation Amulet. Once per long rest, you can paralyse a target with a crit. I mean, that generally sounds useful for someone. Shadowheart might be doing more crits than everyone else because of her knife, so we'll give her that. And we'll give the Misty Step to Will, I think, just so that someone's got it. And now let's head out. Not the way we came in. Let's go through the House of Healing and out the front, just in case there's like a waypoint out there. Would be nice. I feel like these sisters probably aren't much threat now. I mean, they might be though. If someone else wanders in here, like Locke and Chimera did, then they could be a threat. So maybe we should beat them up as well. But no, let's head on out for now. Can always come back and beat them up later. And now we're just in the town again. Where in the town are we? So that's the House of Healing. There's the Masons Guild. This is one of the streets that just leads through the town.
Blackett's warriors are upon us.
Oh dear. That's not promising. We don't want to fight a bunch of angry Gith right now. Oh yeah, they pop up around there, don't they? So let's come this way instead. And there's a pub. Most curious. Still no waypoint though. Oh, and there's a whole bunch of buggers. Shadow-cursed harpers. And shadows. So what are we going to do about this lot? Let's go for some Spirit Guardians. Seems like a fine start, and then Lae'zel can get to the front of the queue. Will can't really reach anything to hit it, I wouldn't think, although maybe he can drop a Sacred Flame on something. No. Shovel can just stand here. No, these buggers can teleport, more or less. Do they teleport or do they just turn invisible? It's not entirely clear. Can't really hit anything from down here. Yeah, you lot dash. Come into my line of sight. And we saved against that attack, which is excellent. So, lays out. Yes. Fantastic. Spirit Guardians is beginning to do its thing and do it effectively. Shovel, can you do your thing? Yeah, you can. That shadow couldn't even get close to Laser without falling on its ass. Which is wonderful. Can we finish this one off? 21. I mean, we can if we start throwing around guided bolts. Yes. Oh. How do you miss with that, Shads? It was guided and everything. Ah, concentration was broken, but... yeah, well. Will, do you want to just throw out another Sacred Flame? It's decent damage. Shovel could finish the job, and does. What a legend. What are you doing over there, Shadow? Come here and get involved. Good lad. 24 HP, so there's a chance that we just kill it because of Call the Weak. But it's saved. Curses. Ouch. Now, Lae'zel. Yeah, deal with that archer. They're a pain in the butt. Stand right next to them as well, just so they're annoyed at you. Will. Good damage. Eesh. Countered with more good damage though. Excellent. That's that one down. And then a stab. Should deal with that one. Now, just one left. Should be a straightforward job. Cantrips all round, I think. And a radiating orb just to make life even harder for them. Yeah. Bam. There we go. No waypoints in the vicinity still? I'm not seeing one. But what have we got here? ADOS... Lady of, maybe? But we're missing the start of it. Ah. Our Lady of Loss, Mistress of When Night something something.
What was that?
There we go. Aha! The door.
That might be worth a look.
I feel not even a touch of curse.
A curse-free room. Out here, in the Cursed Lands. Most odd. Statues of Shah. Shads, do you want to just take the lead? It might be wise.
Do you accept Shah's test of your intellect?
Of course we do. As Shads, we are in fact a child of Shah.
You feel a small pulse of energy race up your spine, and a strange sensation of acceptance. Do you think yourself wise enough to be granted Shah's blessing?
If Shah agrees.
A warm swell rises through you. Acceptance. You are worthy. Are you bold of heart and sharp of tongue? Can you turn any and all to the Dark Lady's cause?
That sounds like the Shads we know and love.
Confidence surges through you. You feel like there is nothing you can't do, no one you can't win over. The statue seems to agree and approve.
And well, bam, we've unlocked more stuff. What have we in here? Much of anything? We've got a ritual dagger of Shah.
An altar to Shah. It appears to seek prey and a blood offering. Your blood.
We can do that. Another inspiration. What do we get? Potions and elixirs. And scrolls. Do we get to keep the dagger? Shah might not approve. We'll leave it be. I'm surprised that didn't cost any HP, you know. Doing that little sacrifice, but maybe Shah healed us afterwards. No, is there anything else of merit in here? Doesn't seem like it.
Moonrise Towers.
Ah, there we go.
Make no mistake, I will have answers about these gay tadpoles.
So, we're at the entrance to Moonrise, it seems. But
Catch more flies with honey than vinegar. Perhaps that doesn't translate. I don't know if Githyanki have honey, or vinegar, or flies, even. Let's just show some restraint.
sound advice.
I'm capable of restraint, just as you're capable of raw fury. I trust we'll find reason to exercise both here. We're close. I can feel it. The Absolute. Its power is strong here.
Cool. Now let's go somewhere else instead of dealing with Moonrise. So, art colour. Flame colour. Let's go and find you. And see if playing your lute might help. Oh, is that Alfira?
Don't be shocked.
Oh, you're all right. Thank goodness. I was worried they'd got you too.
No, we made it here. I'm glad to see you made it too. It's one hell of a curse.
It wasn't the curse that did us in. We were ambushed out in the darkness by cultists. We surrendered, but that wasn't enough for them. They lined us up like dogs. Asherak was with the kids, telling them it was going to be all right. Maybe that's why they picked him. Told him to kneel. They took his eyes first, then his tongue.
That's really messed up. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It just never stops. Roland, of all people, saved us. He said he stayed in the grove because of you. And I'm damn glad of it. Without him, well, none of us would be here.
Cool. He's not happy with me though.
Can you blame him? His brother and sister are gone. He's dealing with it as best he can. We all are. How do you do it? How do you keep going?
Yeah, just one step at a time. You can only deal with what's in front of you. You've got to forget about the things you can't control, can't change.
You make it sound so easy. But I'll try. You've done so much for us already. But I have to ask. The others might still be out there. If they're not dead, they're in Moonrise. And God have mercy on anyone in that hell's pit.
Don't you worry, sweetness. We'll find them.
Thank you. If anyone can manage it, you can. Just be careful out there, all right? I can't handle anyone else dying.
More inspiration. We are rolling in inspirations right now. Might have to spend some of them. Let's speak directly to her.
Thaniel and me are climbing up a tree.
He keeps saying Thaniel's name. He must know more. We need to rouse him.
Well, I found a lute that seems to belong to him.
Good. Its music might help restore him. Show it to him.
Yeah, we can have a little play. We're not an expert.
Thaniel! He's still trapped there. He needs help.
Calm. Breathe. You've been trapped in the Shadowfell for a century. Take a moment to clear your mind.
A century? You're Halsin. Thaniel said to find you. You must help him, please.
I will, but I need to know where Thaniel is. If I venture into the Shadowfell blind, I will never find him.
I'm not sure I can put it into words. The landscape there shifts and changes.
Is there anything that could offer guidance? Something that didn't change?
Lavender. Whenever I saw Thaniel, I always smelled lavender.
I can work with that. Rest now. Meet me by the lakeshore. I have what we need to proceed, but I'll need your help. Be ready. This may prove perilous.
Yet more inspirations. And yes, this may prove perilous, so do we do it right away? Or do we have a long rest first? I feel like we should have a long rest before we take on that particular challenge. But it would also be a bit wasteful to take one now, because we do have some spell slots left. And we've got a lot of HP left.
That hit the spot. Yeah.
So maybe we'll go for another little explore.
Venture forth.
There's a bit up north here that we've not discovered. There's a whole bit down there we've not discovered. This way might be new. Yeah, looks like we haven't crossed this bridge before. So in this direction, what can we see? Oh, hello.
Where lies your guilt?
The waning moon.
Well, I've met few people who can also commune with the dead.
And I have met few who stand so tall and fearless in the face of the unknown. Be on your way, brave soul.
That's pretty, Raven.
A fair point. Perhaps this one could assist us. The murdered lie silent. The Raven asks, will you be their voice?
Interesting. I'll always seek justice for the wronged.
Then you and I were fated to meet. This woman tended a bar where she took her patrons, her friends, into her confidence. Promised their secrets were safe with her. Yet she turned their words into knives and stabbed them in the back. They died because of her. And to this day, her victims lie unavenged.
I mean, that's messed up. Their souls departed for the fugue plane, though, to be judged or lost forever. What more could she pay?
The fugue plane is no obstacle to one such as I.
I seek a record of this one's crimes, written in her own hand. Through it, I can summon her spirit and force her to face trial for her crimes.
That's some powerful magic.
Not for one such as I. Your soul sparks with justice, with fortitude. This is your chance to bring a murderer to justice, to avenge her victims. Will you take it?
We do like justice. What must we do?
I thank you, as do those who died by her words. Go to the distillery, the one she calls the Waning Moon. Find the ledger and bring it to me.
We can do that. That seems like a straightforward sort of task. I think we found that distillery earlier. That would be the pub that we got close to. Now, anything else of interest in this area? There's a broken bridge. And a locked chest. 16 is quite locked. But no match for one such as I. Does anything else lie in this direction?
Something over there.
Oh. There is indeed. It's a burlap sack. Containing a key. Potentially the key for the chest that we just opened. Hard to say. Might be a key for this chest. Or it might be an ambush. Yeah, it looks like we might be surprised. But Lae'zel is too cool for that nonsense. Shadow-cursed blights. I think it's time for some more Spirit Guardians. And then, let's see. We come this way. Pop that one. And then that one. And then that one as well, just for the fun of it. And we should probably hit the small ones just to get them off the board. But it looks like we haven't got enough movement, so... Oh yeah, we've also got nothing left because we used our action on Spirit Guardians, so... Oh well. No, he's doing ranged attacks. Spirit Guardians is kind of less useful in this circumstance. That one has constricted. Lae'zel, I believe she can't move at this stage. Can't move. Attack rolls against her have advantage. Yeah, that's generally awful. You are concentrating on that? Yeah, you are. So you need to take some hits. This is imperative. Excellent. That's made life easier for everyone. Now, shovel. Do you want to do something? Yeah, just get up there and bother that one. And Lae'zel can move back in. Oh god, she's taking a beating. I guess these buggers explode then? We might be best off with ranged attacks. And only a 50% chance on those Sacred Flames, because they've got decent decks. Toll the Dead might be better, although, having said that, Necrotic Resistance. Nice, that popped that one. And that did damage to the other one, actually. So, yeah, they're not so bad if they're going to explode each other with their issues. Let's pop that one, if we can. Oh, that one's still alive. There you go, shovel. So that one can get exploded. Apparently that hit Shads, which I wasn't expecting, but so be it. Oh god, we tried to run away from that and failed. Up you get, babe. Have a heal. But now she's lost any chance to use an action this turn, but she can use this. And then Shads can try and ruin the day of this bugger. And do a decent job. Will fails. Everyone's failing now. Excellent. And that one is down to 7 HP. Gale's probably going to take another hit, so I should have probably moved him first, but heck with it. Yeah, Gale, please step away from the blight. Good. Quite a tricky fight, all told. This chest is locked.
I don't think this is strictly legal.
But it's an easy one. And now it might be time to have that rest that we were looking for. So let's go back to camp, first of all. Where's that Will got to? There he is.
You're glowing with magic. Mystra must be mighty happy right about now.
Florix confirmed that the cultists have taken your dad to Moonrise.
Then we know our mission. All roads converge at Moonrise.
Yeah, they do. What do you think they want with your father?
They want violence, they want control, they want Baldur's Gate. Who better than Grand Duke Ravengard to surrender it? Who better than the commander of the Flaming Fist to dismantle its defenses? They
Makes
will
sense.
infect him, and the city's guardian will become its ruin, unless we put a stop to it.
That does all make sense. For now, though, wait at camp, please.
Are you sure? The blade stands at the ready.
Yep, stay here.
And just when things were warming up.
Yep. Want things to warm up, then who better than Karlach?
You're glowing, Gale. Mystra must be very pleased with you indeed. Don't forget us little people when you're the chosen of the god of magic, hmm?
Time for us to head out, Karlach.
Aces.
Yeah. Although before we do, it's bedtime, and someone wants to chat. It's friend Tara.
There you are, Mr. Dekarios. I've been champing at the proverbial bit. I've something for you. A letter from Elminster himself. He was most insistent I give it to you immediately upon your return.
Well, thank you, Tara. I can read it now, I suppose. You'll probably want to know what's in it.
The letter is written in Elminster's crabbed hand, and given his usual verbosity, is rather succinct.
I see remaining up to Mystic is my duty, especially when I'm not the one being asked to do the seemingly impossible. Think carefully, exceedingly so. You know, Mystra, as do I. I was not born an old man. I am all too familiar with what it's like to have a goddess fill your heart with longing. If there is another way, I trust you can find it. It is not in your nature, or mine, to stop looking, to accept the first answer to any dilemma. Do what you can. Put that mind to work. Perhaps that should have been your mission right from the start.
Reading between Elminster's cramped lines, you can draw only one conclusion. He thinks you should defy Mystra's instruction and refuse to use the orb.
What is it, darling? You look rather pale.
Elminster's changed his tune. He thinks I shouldn't use the orb.
Aha! Mr. Ormar can always be relied upon to bring a dash of good sense to proceedings. A shame he didn't start with that, but still, I hope you plan to heed his advice. Carefully, though. He seemed rather fidgety when he delivered his message. Mystra will have both of you in her bad books before long.
It's going to be fine, Tara. I'll figure something out. I always do.
You try to rest, but the tadpole within you has other plans. It writhes and stretches, comfortable within your skull. As comfortable as you've become wielding it. Even at the height of your powers, you'd never have dreamed of commanding such a creature, or using its will to amplify your own. It's exhilarating. And in Mystra's eyes, dangerous.
Dangerous or not, we do need all the help we can get.
Though the powers you gained are not savoury in their origin, that will matter little if they keep you and the orb in one piece. Each day brings you closer to finding the heart of the Absolute, the source of Mystra's fear, and for you, perhaps her forgiveness.
Yeah, we will reward her faith in us. When the time comes, we'll be ready.
Your resolve is steady. It is not just Mystra you save with your sacrifice. Faerun itself depends on you. You will not fail. Not again.
Yeah, it wasn't clear that was a pro blowing ourselves up with the orb line. But if we have to sacrifice ourselves to save Faerun, then we will. If only there's another way rather than the orb.
Right away.
Now, is Arabella still around? You feeling any better yet, chick?
I don't believe it. They can't be.
Breathe, child. Resist not the winds of change. Let them carry thee.
No.
Listen. Dost thou not hear it? Where creation meets ruin, where morning meets midnight, the root of all being. Balance.
They're dead. I can't. Balance.
Your very soul is tangled in shadow. Arabella's magic, wild as cursed briar. Her talent is now yours too.
The girl must learn the ways of the arcane, but she shan't remain here.
Where will she go then?
The weave knows her purpose. It will guide her plainly, if she listens. Arabella holds a power beyond reckoning, that of the decaying forest and the seedling that bore it. But it is unbalanced. Her yoke is already heavy. If she walks thy path, it will surely break. Arabella will depart once thou dost leave these accursed lands. She will find her way safely. Thus, it is fated.
Bowman, you're making me leave.
Fear not, girl. Abandon not the weave, and it shall not abandon thee.
Yeah, you can trust Withers. He says you'll be safe. You should believe him.
You feel her grief fade as if it were your own. There is a lightness in her now, veiling the power within, soothing it.
Is that my future? Is that why they died?
It is.
It's wonderful. Thank you, Bowman, for being nice. If there are people like you around, perhaps everything will be all right.
Lovely. We found Arabella's parents, and now we've got the Shadow Blade ring, which allows us to cast the Shadow Blade spell. The spell was actually added to the game straight up in patch 8. I believe this ring was the only way you could cast it prior to that. It basically creates a short sword that deals 2d16 psychic damage, but you can upcast it. So if you cast it with like a level 5 spell slot or whatever, you could deal like 50, 60 damage, no trouble with the stab. Everyone agrees that it's OP as heck. I've never tried it myself, but I will do one day, perhaps. Now, where were we? Still fair amounts of the ruined battlefield we've not explored. Bits down there, perhaps. Should we go and do those before we go and meet Halsin? Yeah, I feel like the next thing involving Halsin is tricky and lengthy, so it may want to have to wait for a moment. We'll get round to it down the line. Come on, Shaz, stop walking into vines. You spoon. Oh, yeah, there's another scrap up there. There's a shambling mound. Everyone else failed perception, but I saw the bloody thing. And it's level 9. We're level 7. We're getting close to level 8, but we ain't there yet. So maybe we'll avoid that particular route for the moment. Stroll over here instead. And what have we here? There's a chest up ahead. There's a dead Githyanki warrior.
No fun. All I wanted was to play.
Well, that sounds horrible. Should we cast light on ourselves again? Why not? There could be something creepy going on in here. It's Oliver.
Boo! I scared you! I saw it! Nobody beats me at hide and seek. Will you play with me?
I feel like it could be a horrible decision to say, no, we won't. But we are looking for another little boy called Thaniel. You seen him?
I don't know anyone called that. Don't ask me again. Now play with me.
Okay, we can play.
All right. I'll hide, and you seek. Find me, and you win.
That sounds very good. Let's begin.
Get ready, and no cheating.
As if we would cheat. I mean, we can see the word invisible moving over here. We do generally have the ability to see the invisible, so...
You weren't supposed to find me. You weren't supposed to win.
Well, too bad. We could play again if you like.
Good idea. You're smarter than some playmates I've had. They always tried to leave before I was done with them. Try to find me again, but my family will be looking for you at the same time, so don't get caught.
Yep, that sounds horrifying. So, there's Mummy. She's the best mummy ever. And there's Daddy, who's the strongest daddy ever. So I feel like we don't want to run into Mummy or Daddy. What's going on over here? Someone else is looking around. Let's go this way. And then... Lae'zel, do you want to look over here? Just in case? Shaz, perhaps you can also head towards this building. And then Karlach... Yeah, hide behind this cart. Just let's stay out of Daddy's way, if we can. Have we gone out of turn-based mode? We have. Why have we gone out of turn-based? Does it matter? Shads has taken a couple of hits, it seems, but
Most excellent.
maybe it's fine. No sign of Oliver over here. Yep. Ah, I guess they're in combat, which is why they've stopped. Yeah, we can't leave them to it. Oh, there's Doggy as well. Okay. Where's Lae'zel? She's still not in combat. There we go. Now we're all in combat. So, Shads, can you stab Doggy? You can. Good. I'd like to avoid using spells if at all possible. Cantrips are fine though. And there goes Doggy. Trying to put 2 of the crew to sleep. That's horrible. Daddy. Trying to do something terrible to Gale that we don't like. Now, are you concentrating? Or have you just put them to sleep? Either way, we'll give you a smack. And a bit of Sacred Flame? Nope, okay. Now Gale's also asleep. Yeah, I don't know what Daddy's up to, but it's probably not as bad as everyone being put to sleep. So let's deal with Mummy first if we can. Oof. Cow. Critical hit. That was an enormous crit. I mean, there's one of our own. Take that, you wretch. Maybe we do need to spend a spell slot. There we go. Oh, there's Oliver. He was hiding here the whole time. Found you. Now, Karlach, let's get in there with Lathander's light, see if we can't blind the bugger, maybe. And then let's throw some more Sacred Flames about. Oh, we didn't like that radiating orb. Which means we like it. It was jolly good.
Victory awaits.
Now what are you going to do? Not a lot. Unable to teleport, perhaps? No, can we suddenly not see you or something? Target is out of sight. Well, that sucks. Is this because he moved very slightly across the room? Pain in the butt. Now, Gale. What if we come over here? Can we see him now? No. Is there anywhere we can move where we can see it? Maybe not. Let's just see what he gets up to. Not a lot, basically. So we'll smack him with some more Sacred Flames if we can. I guess we still can't hit. Oh, we can. Cool. Ah, there you are.
I win! I always win in the end. You did better than most, though, so I'll let you go. Here. Second prize. You'll need it.
Thanks, Oliver. The Ring of Shadows. Pass without trace. Cool. Do you mind if we open this chest? Guess not. And there's a Ring of Mental Inhibition as well. Whenever a foe fails a saving throw, they gain mental fatigue for 2 turns, which gives them even more chance of failing saving throws. But if they get up to 5 conditions, then they take extra psychic damage. Cool. Now, we can take a short rest, but... yeah, we will take a short rest. I was going to say it seems a bit wasteful for just Gale, but it's fine.
I won fair and square. There's no point in playing again. I want a challenge.
Very well.
Go on, find someone else to play with.
Maybe we will. Thanks, Oliver. What a nice kid. And there's Halsin waiting for us by the last light. But that's going to have to wait until next time, where we will begin with a big old tricky fight out there, I think. But until then, thank you very much for watching, friends. I will see you soon.